soon.
Welcome to the Freak Show, everyone. We're going back to the pages of Weekly Shonen Jump. A young Tite Kubo, after cancellation of his first series, Zombie Power, he goes back to the building of Shueisha with some concept art and some storyboard. One of these ideas got turned into a one-shot and then into a full series. The name of this series was Bleach. Due to its huge popularity, along with One Piece and Naruto, became one of the big three. Then received an anime, and the studio behind it was Pierrot Picture Studio. The director was NARIYUKI Abe, this person right here. He worked as a director for Great Teacher Onizuka, Tokyo Mew Mew, Black Butler, and Yu Yu Hakusho the movie. Now I'd like to take a moment to address the VAs for this anime. The English dub was made by the people over at VIZ Media. Johnny Young Bosch playing Ichigo is like perfect casting.
When I got the part, I knew that it was a very big show, because at all the conventions I would see the dolls, or all over the place, or the merchandise everywhere. So I knew it was a big show, and I wanted to make sure that the fans were pleased with what I was going to give them. It's a huge responsibility as an actor to make sure that you play it right.
The rest of the cast was great too. The other perfect casting was Ken Haiba as Aizen and Doug Ayers as Gin.
No, I should have chopped her into little pieces and hidden them away where you'd never find her. I'm a fortunate man to have you as a subordinate. Thank you, Momo. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And goodbye.
Welcome, Momo. What a pleasure to see you. Sorry, sir. Izuru must have not...
Playback.
And it fit.
Look at this.
Thank you.
Look at this.
Thank you.
And scene.
This is one of those animes for the voice actor fans, because this dub has a lot of big name talent behind the microphone.
I've been doing this voice dubbing stuff for almost 30 years now. I started with Robotech.
As I told you before, you must look beyond the metal, for each of these swords represents a piece of your heart. Stop bleeding when I'm talking to you.
However, we're not talking about the manga or the anime series today. Today's showcase is over its first feature film, Bleach Memories of Nobody. The film begins introducing Division 12 of Science and Research Department of the Soul Society. Aika here tries to control the situation and fails, with warnings going off all over the place. Cut to a quiet day in the park. Fourth wall break! Production note: I love the autumn setting for this film. Perfect for a film about souls and monsters. A little girl's being followed by an invisible monster. In this franchise, the monsters are called hollows. A tree falls and our heroes come to save the day. Now our heroes show up to save the day. The guy with the orange hair is Ichigo Kurosaki, and the girl with the black hair is Rika Kuchiki. Also, I think they make a perfect team. A true power couple. Yes, I'm an Ichiruki shipper, what of it? Fight me. Then Ichigo cuts off the hollow's arm. Because of this action, we can tell that this anime is more hard-boiled than other shonen of the time. Without Bleach's influence, I think Demon Slayer and Jujutsu Kaisen would only be half the series they are today. After dealing with the hollow, Ichigo goes to confront the little girl who was attacked. I believe this moment shows off Ichigo very well.
Don't worry, it's all right. He only looks scary.
Would you just... It's time for you to go.
It's gonna be all right. You're gonna like the Soul Society. It's not scary at all. It's where departed souls go to live.
But I...
You don't want to hang around this place. What if another one of those monsters comes after you?
I have always seen Ichigo as the type of person who can't say nice things easily, but is super nice and helpful person by nature. After Ichigo puts his soul back inside his body, Rukia then introduces the Soul Society's eraser button.
How convenient!
Time to introduce the problem for this film. They're called blanks. I always thought that their heads looked like big noses. I like how the film eliminates the Kansai method as a way to deal with the blanks. This shows great forward planning by the production staff. Time to introduce the main OC for this film. Production note, I love that Senna's wind tornadoes has autumn leaves inside of it as she's fighting. It's such a nice little detail. Oh, the leader of the villains is here too. Sadly, the villains have the same problem that I have with a lot of Bleach's cast. They look cool, but they're totally one-dimensional. It's kinda sad, actually. Their goal is wanting the Soul Society and the living world to crash into each other and destroy each other. By controlling the blanks makes this plan work somehow. Fun detail, I like the armor on the villains, however. It's really cool. By the way, I love Senna's dancing animation here.
They vanished.
That was awesome! Yes, 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 yes! Oh, that felt so good!
Cut to these two having a drinking contest. Fun fact, in the Bleach data books, Toshimori Aiba here is the only master of all 4 styles of combat in the Soul Society. Weird, right? Production note, I like how heights and high places are a motif throughout this film. It's truly unique and it looks really cool in cinemas. Rukia decides to go back to the Soul Society to learn as much as she can. Ichigo goes after Senna. Nitpick here, animate the background characters. It looks weird if your main characters are the only ones moving. Senna decides to show off something about her character that will become important later at this moment, and I like that they throw that in here. It feels like a nice detail.
Remember when you told me that if I answered your questions, you'd do anything I'd ask you to?
Captain Hitsugaya and his vice captain Rangiku come to take Ichigo to the Urahara shop. Toshinori info dumps the Soul Society's problem.
At 12:50 a.m. today, a town from the world of the living suddenly appeared above the Serete. We also detected a trail of spiritual waves flowing into the world of the living.
Urahara explains the problem again, but this time with pictures. Yay! After that, Urahara explains the blanks in the thing called the Shininji.
Time for explanation number 2. Ready, Tesai? As you already know, souls migrate between the world of the living and the Soul Society. From time to time, however, there are souls who for some reason become detached from the cycle of transmigration while in the Dangai Precipice world. These souls wander aimlessly through the Dangai Precipice world and are slowly drawn together over a period of time. As the souls come together, it causes a new dimension, hence the Valley of Screams. In the Valley of Screams, the souls separate into memory and energy, then return to the cycle of transmigration. Are you following me so far?
Ichigo makes it back to the outside mall. Going back to the idea of heights, Senna decides to walk across the lines like a tightrope. It's a nicely done scene. This is one of those moments I truly remember about this film. Senna and Ichigo go get a bite to eat and talk it out. Senna explains herself to Ichigo and why she does the things she does.
I don't know. I like it when I'm way up high. All the things that seem confusing or messed up suddenly become clear.
Small detail, but I like that the yellow ribbon changes to a red ribbon. In Japan, a yellow ribbon is supposed to represent courage or fighting spirit, and red ribbons are supposed to be the symbol of people finding each other. Again, I like the detail. After washing up, Senna has another one of her broken memories. I should mention it right now that due to my late grandmother having Alzheimer's, stories dealing with memory loss or just memories in general hit a lot harder for me because I've experienced somebody forgetting who you are, and it's so painful to witness that. Who are you? In their space, it truly hurts. Cut to Senna at a graveyard. This is where the villains make their first attack, and setting the fight here shows how much they do not care about lives at all. Ichigo gets another badass moment and afterwards takes her to the Karakura family household. When here, Senna has another broken memory, this time dealing with an abusive father. I like that a consistent thing in the series is the Karakura family acting to Ichigo bringing home a girl. Maybe a plot hole? Soul Reapers not having memories of when they were alive. That just feels weird to me. It feels like that should be a thing that they all have, but I could be wrong. Ichigo and Senna helps a lost soul find his daddy. By the way, pinwheels. I don't know why, I just like this shot. The Soul Reapers come and claim they're going to take Senna because she is the Shininju. Rukia says that she did a crazy amount of background research to find out about Senna, which I call bullshit on. Like, how long have you been gone, Rukia? And I feel like the Soul Society would have a huge registry of everybody, but I could be wrong. Senna has another unhealthy breakdown right now, and it's hard to watch. It's just like she's truly losing her mind at this moment. I love Ichigo's speech here, by the way.
No matter what this girl is, it doesn't change the fact that she exists at this moment. Look, she has feelings and emotions and has thoughts and dreams just like you do. But you want to ignore all that and lock her away, right? As far as I'm concerned, you're no different than them. So you might as well forget about it, because I'm not handing her over to you.
The villains of the film show up after the good guys show up. These villains are idiots! Creepy transformation animation here. Ichigo unleashes his Bankai, and it feels super weak in this film for his first Bankai release. Like, I feel like you should truly want to show that off as much as possible, but they just did it in a dust cloud, and so it feels very weak. By the way, a sneak attack from our main villain. That feels like an excellent way to show off how powerful your villain is. What the heck is wrong with these people? Cut to the Urahara shop with Orihime healing Ichigo. Nitpick, I would like it if Uryu, Chad, and Orihime had something to do in this film. Feels very weird. Ichigo finds her hiding spot by going to the Ferris wheel, which is again a nice little detail that shows he pays attention. Ichigo dives into the Valley of Screams to go save Senna. Senna's trapped on this thing. I have no idea what this is. After the captain of the 12th Division explains the problem for the captains, as we need this explained again, our time frame in movie time to save both worlds is 1 hour. To stop the villains and save both worlds. Ichigo does the shonen hero thing, scream then rescue.
Senna! I'm coming for you!
Plot hole number 2, Orihime, Uryu, and Chad not being able to go help Ichigo in the Valley of the Screams. That feels very tacky and tacked on. Like, it just feels arbitrary. So the people who are going to go help Ichigo in his time of crisis is Captain Hitsugaya, Vice Captain Ryungiku, Vice Captain Renji, and Rukia. Ichigo is getting his butt handed to him pretty hard here in this fight. Then the force of nature shows up Kenpachi to help Ichigo fight these guys, along with these guys right here, with all the Soul Reapers here. This brings to light another problem I had with the series. With so many characters, the main character has a bad time standing out among the crowd. Here in the final fight especially, like, can you pick out Ichigo as the main character of this series when they're all standing together like this? Like, for me, it's kinda hard to tell who's the main character. Here are the final fights for the film. Let's get ready to rumble! The action in this film is not that engaging, sadly. Thankfully, the settings for the battles are at least interesting to the eye, unlike the later parts of the manga and the anime. I'm sorry, they just did not look that appealing to me, guys. If you thought these looked appealing, good on you, but I just felt like they looked boring. Except for this fight. This fight looked cool. A thing I like to mention, unlike Naruto and Luffy, there is no set goal for Ichigo in the series of Bleach. All Ichigo truly wants to do for his series is just protect the people he cares about, and I feel like this film illustrates that perfectly. I love the animation here, by the way. After saving Senna realizes that she has to go back to the Valley of Screams and finish saving both worlds. The reason why Senna is sacrificing herself is because she wants to save the places Ichigo calls home, because she cares about Ichigo. Ichigo takes Senna back to the graveyard as she's passing away. She asks Ichigo to read the name on the gravestone. By the way, I'm not going to tell you what this says. You're just going to have to find out for yourselves if you truly care about spoilers, because I don't want to do it to you. As she's fading away, Rukia explains that everybody will lose their memory of Senna due to her not truly being a person in this world, and due to being a memory collage of the blanks will be forgotten and transcended back to the Soul Society. And that's how the film ends. I overall think this is a good animated series movie. I do feel like the things that hold it back is the things that were pretty bad about the original series, but you can't really hold that against the film. That's just something that it has to work with within the story itself. By the way, remember to like, sub, and comment for more videos in the future, and I hope to see you all for the next showcase. Alright, bye everyone.